Okay. Looks like this is upside down. So it means the opposite of what it does right side up. And this is the 4. So it looks like probably last month you had some decisions to make. Could be around a new job or changing the way you do your job or the way you make money. It is upside down, so most likely that change has happened and it's a bit challenging for you. Keep going, Libra. I know you like a little challenge and something to rise to. So it looks like the decision that you made is a little bit more difficult than you thought it would be originally, especially for those of you who are looking for or have found new jobs or new ways of making money. So the Page of Pentacles is here. Of course, this can be children. Pentacles are earth signs. That's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. I am feeling that this is a younger person that you have some influence in your life or in their life. Page of Cups can also be a much more relaxed attitude or love coming towards you. It can mean engagement or wedding if those are you that have coupled up and are looking at the next step. And it can be an emotional risk as well. But let me see if I can pick up what's going on with children. It does feel like a child is involved, can be a woman or a man, girl or boy. But this feels like somebody needs your advice and a little extra attention to certain things that are going on. Just a little bit of advice so the risk stuff can be minimized. What crosses you is the family. So it looks like this has something to do with the family dynamics. But this also can stand for the home. It's a 6. That's improvement of some kind. So painting might be happening, packing up, moving. It can even mean moving, kind of getting a different view type of thing in your life. But there are some changes happening, and it looks like it's neutral because it's crosses you, so it's not positive or negative. It just is. So it looks like maybe that's a little bit of the challenge for you. If you're redoing a room, you're painting something, moving, cleaning out some closets. And for some of you, it may be actually physically moving to a new place. Now that it looks like your money is getting a little bit more steady. What is above you is the Page of Cups. I am feeling that this is more messages, and cups can also mean love, can also mean that there is a challenge in communication. There may be some messages from someone from the past coming through that maybe not so much on the positive side that will looks like have an effect on some of your decisions to be made or have had some effect on the decisions to be made. But it looks like the heart chakra too. I'm feeling the heart chakra, Libra, is opening up a little bit, that you're either open to love if you have not had it steadily in your life as a partner, or changing it, redefining it in some way. But it looks like your heart chakra is opening up to yourself and others. So letting other people in a little bit more. You do have a lot of people here, so I'm feeling that you're going out into the world a little bit more, not staying so much inside and hibernating. I know it's winter time and we hibernate a lot in winter time, but it does feel like you're opening up your heart, you're opening up your head to include other people into your life, whether it's friends in a social atmosphere or just being open to changes and activities that the family is have been asking for a while, it looks like. But pay attention to some messages that are coming through. This is upside down, so it can be a prior love of some kind, or family interaction. This may be challenging news, but it's nothing that you can't handle. There is some positive news, and also around children being a little bit more helpful, being needing a little bit more advice, or coming to you, a child or someone younger than you coming to you to ask for some advice. So what is in the past here is the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles is movement, and it can mean money. And aces are when you're firmly on your karmic path. So there was a shift in your awareness, it looks like, over the last couple of months. It could be around making money, something that happened at work where there has been a shift of some kind. And it looks like even though it was something that was not welcomed in the beginning, it could be a job ending suddenly, or something either ended suddenly or something that you didn't have control of. And now it looks like it's a blessing in disguise. It looks like there is more abundance for you now that you're on the path. It doesn't mean it's not going to be easy. It doesn't mean that there won't require some effort on your part, Libra, but you are opening up and expanding all the possibilities for movement forward. And it does look like you have resolved some money things within the last month or so. And moving into the present time is the Emperor, and the Emperor is the exalted one, is the wise one. And since it's next to the pages for you, it may stand for you being the wise one, taking the lead and helping someone that is in need, either within your family or could be a friend, but someone that has come to you for advice. But it looks like there was a little animosity in the past. This red is kind of lighting up for me. Little animosity in the past that is over with and done. You have taken a step into your higher power. For some of you Libras, it may be really opening the door to spirituality and putting that into work, not just reading about it, but actually doing. Whether it's energy work for yourself, given to you or gifted from you, but it looks like some new spirituality and some new understanding on how life works has come to the forefront for you within the last month or so. And it really looks like you're putting your money where your mouth is. You're living a much more exalted, honest life for yourself with positive intentions. And it feels like you have upped your integrity. You've upped your integrity a lot by speaking your truth, holding your boundaries, and being helpful to yourself as well as others. But it looks like some resentments from the past have kind of diminished or are relaxing a bit. The next card is the card in the future, is the Hermit card. And I call this the Alone Again Naturally card. So sometimes we need to push away the rest of the world to kind of get in touch with the God or goddess of our heart, spirit, and what our next step is. And for those that run more along the atheist line, this is just taking the time to really collect your thoughts, push away all the distractions before making a decision, and finding some alone nurturing time. And I'm feeling it's more like a pampering time. It's a time to honor yourself. I know, Libra, you do tend to go out in the world and then come back to the quiet place. So this is the time to come back to the quiet place. It is the 9. So this is probably around making some big swooping decisions around your life. It looks like a big shift. You have made a big shift mentally, so it looks like the body will follow with that. But just how to start the ball rolling. It is right next to the Emperor, so this is probably collecting more thoughts on healing yourself, using your magic for yourself, and where you'd like to be in the future, how you'd like that to look. So the basis of all this is also a 9. You've got 9s here, so it's right before. You've got an 8 here, so there's a little bit more work to do before completion. This is a 9. It's upside down. So you are right at the edge of really seeing your world transform. You have been doing the hard work, some to your initiation, some to others' initiation, but you have really been doing some hard work, and now it's time to see what you want to do with all that magic, where you want to go. You do seem to have a little clearer idea of the direction that you're going and finding your smile a bit. It doesn't seem to be so effortful as it has been it looks like the last couple of years. It's been very effortful, whether it is emotionally or on a physical level with illness or dis-ease, but it looks like things are leveling out. And now you can take the leap of faith into your new creations. And that's what this is. This is sowing the seeds, planting them, watering them, nurturing an idea. And this has to do along the line for yourself. It looks like you have done a lot of things for other people in your life, and the spirit has shifted the energy so you can focus more on yourself. You are healing your heart. You are healing your body on a physical level. But it also seems like you have made a shift out of some kind of torturous mind things that were going on, kind of the I am not enough stuff. That looks like it has slowed down, so you can actually see your the benefits that you bring to this lifetime, and getting really in touch with some of your magic, whether it is in the form of writing or art or just walking on a mountaintop, but really making the time for yourself so you can heal yourself. It feels like this last couple of years was a reminder for you of what happens when you don't focus on your health, your mental acuity, and your happiness. When you put all your eggs in somebody else's basket, your body gets depleted, your mind gets depleted, and your money gets depleted. So now that you have made that shift, Libra, congratulations. Now it's time to figure out what you'd like to do to make your heart sing. It's funny, these grapes are lighting up here too, so there may be some Libras that are out there into winemaking or just growing something in general. And we are coming up to the time where we are preparing our gardens. So this can be metaphorical. It can be actually physical. So get out there, pull some weeds, and see how your garden grows, either physically or metaphorically. But it is time. It looks like those seeds have been planted, and now it's time to nurture that thought through the end. It does look like sometimes you get distracted when you are on your own path and really nurturing and taking care of yourself. You get distracted by demands of others, whether it's your children, your spouse, your parents, siblings. But it looks like you have really made a commitment to focus on yourself a little bit more. It doesn't mean be selfish and not help other people and love them through their problems, but you have no longer decided to pick up other people's problems to solve them. It just stands in the way of your own growth and happiness. Nurturing and encouraging someone to make their best decisions is different than owning it for themselves. So the 2 here is balance. All 2s are balance. The wands are lighting up for me, so it looks like you're releasing some either behaviors, ideology, ideas, something that didn't work for you, and it looks like it was a family legacy. This is what we do because we are the Smith, the Joneses, or whatever. That doesn't look like it worked for you, so you are breaking some of those legacy agreements right now. So either your children or your family can grow in a different direction. This key is kind of lighting up and saying legacy. So you are really changing some of the bad habits that your family had and kind of switching them into more productive things. So you have changed a lot of your behaviors, your ideology, and your physical helpfulitis, shall we say, physical helpfulitis, that you're starting to help yourself first. It is not a selfish thing to do, to be on a very sturdy foundation in order to help others. But it does look like part of your journey this lifetime is really helping others. You have a lot of gifts, you have a lot of compassion, a lot of nurturing, but channel it in a way that works for you, where you're not being codependent, just you can give others the tools without doing it for them, but you are a nurturer. It feels like either a light worker, could be in the medical profession as well, which is a great way to to put your gifts into use as well as pay your rent. You know, it's not for free if you're in the medical community. But it does look like you're looking at the world differently now. You're kind of studying and realizing what a big place it is, this blue planet. And it does look like you're creating either foreign travel near water, but really getting out of the everyday grind stuff and finding some joy and some pleasure. I know that Libras are kind of moving about the planet a little bit, so you might already be in the midst of your travel by the time that you hear this, but it is coming up if it is not right in your backyard. And so it's either planning for travel, actually doing it right now, or just seeing the possibilities of that travel. But it really feels like you're in a new space, so try a different view, Libra. The Page of Swords here, it's above this. I'm feeling this is more like messages. This can be news of a problem or difficulty. It can also be a little bit on that risky behavior. It is a sword, so most likely it will be a verbal message. If you have children, this may be something that you have to squash before it becomes a reality. It is also right here next to your wishes, your desires, your travel, and getting things organized. So this problem may try to derail your happiness, which is something that you used to give up in the past, but it looks like you're not going to do that. You're going to continue to be on your path while advising and stepping back. This is really feeling like a child of yours, or a niece, or a very immature friend. It could be a very immature friend that just keeps making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Well, and you have all three of these pages right here in the body. So pay attention to the messages that are coming. If someone is fighting unfairly, that's what it's feeling like, or being a little bit intense, just be neutral to it. Realize it's not your problem, it is theirs. And it looks like some problem will come up to try to derail all this work that you did. It's just a test. It's just a test, Libra. It's about saying no with a capital N and a period after the O. It's a complete sentence. Just because someone keeps creating these problems over and over again and handing it to you doesn't mean you have to accept that. And you have changed so much and cleared your head out and cleared your heart out that it just feels like a test. That it is not anything devastating, but it does involve some risky behavior on another's part that you have been used to cleaning up. So it's time to speak your truth and then step back. Part of the hermit is stepping back, speaking your truth with love and kindness, but step back. And, if it's our children, we have to let them fall so they can learn to pick themselves up. So it's some behavior that will rear its ugly head that you have made a conscious effort not to repeat. It's just a test. What is coming up here is the 4. And it looks like you may be losing some sleep a little bit, or you may be getting some very telling dreams. It could be your fears coming out. Dreams, if we suppress things, our dreams they want us to know. Our body and our spirit wants us to know so we can make these changes and not shy away from those changes. So looks like you're having very telling dreams. It may be upsetting a sleep pattern. It may be some fears that are coming up that you need to look at and release. But I'm feeling more that you are now strongly on your path, that it's some of the self-sabotage fears that kind of go along with your success. So realize they're only fears. You can walk through them. But pay attention to those dreams. Something is coming up that you're suppressing during the daylight hours. So if something is coming to you repeatedly through dreams, take a look at it. See if you can change it, or if it requires attention at all, or if it's just a fear. So that looks like it's a temporary situation, but it's something that's happening to you right now. It also may stand in the way of positive digestion. When we kind of go into our fears, sometimes our stomach gets upset. We hold our our energy and our fear in our stomach or our shoulders. So that looks like that may be the effect for some of you as well. One of these swords is down here, so I think there is resolution coming. It's just not coming fast enough for you, but you're being able to resolve your problems if you look at them one at a time. If you look at them all at once, it's very overwhelming. Our bodies shut down, our minds go into fear. So one thing at a time, Libra, one thing at a time. I know you can multitask like nobody else's business, but it looks like just take things one at a time. The fear won't be hanging over you, looming over you, and you'll be able to figure out what those messages are. So I throw 2 for clarity here. This is the 8 of Wands. This is one of my very favorite cards, even though it looks a little non-threatening, non-innocuous or anything. But to me, it's like when you're really organizing your thoughts, you're organizing your actions, you're seeing what works for you and what doesn't, what you need to release. So it's taking kind of a mental inventory. It's also allowing energy, ideas, project to come down from the heavens. It's just shooting down at you. So pick one and do it to completion. It does look like you have a lot of ideas and a lot of wonderful new things coming to you, but just pick one to resolution, pick one to completion, and then start on the next one. It looks like part of what happens to you is you get really overwhelmed when it starts coming all at once, and new demands or whatever, and you try to juggle it all. Just pick one thing, and the rest will have to wait. You are one person. So pick one project, one thing, and preferably something that benefits you first rather than others and doesn't benefit you. So you out of control healer, mothers and fathers, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. What is on the other side is the upside down 9. And it looks like this has to do with you releasing some energy. So some stuff is coming back. It's just a test. It's just for you to find your words to say, no, not now. This doesn't work for me. But it looks like you are kind of the catalyst for a lot of activity for a lot of people. So picking one thing at a time, it'll be kinder to your body, kinder to your digestive system. And as you see, these are all like ideas coming down on you. Pick one thing, prioritize to completion, and then you won't get so overwhelmed with it. It does look like some things that you thought were done and over with are going to kind of come back just to check in. Are you sure you're done? Could be people, could be jobs, could be co-workers, friends, but some changes that you made, it's just like a little test. Are you sure that this is over? Could be, friendships that you released, or changes that you've made within the family dynamics. It takes a couple months to get in the groove of these changes. So still be certain and stand in your own power, Libra, and no is not a bad word. I encourage you to exercise it, especially if it gets in the way of your happiness and your success and production. So that is your general reading for the month of March. I'm going to throw a couple of these. Oh, well, there's one that just jumped out. A couple of these are past life cards from Doreen Virtue. She's pretty amazing. She has angel cards, past life cards, chakra cards. So this month, okay, trust and faith. I would say trust and faith in the journey and yourself. Medicine man or woman, now it is time to go into your healing aspects. You have wonderful skills. You have wonderful abilities to heal others. And even if you're not in the healing arts or a psychic or a yoga teacher or a doctor, it doesn't mean that you don't have a compassionate heart that people go to and they trust and believe in your nurturing and the beauty of your heart. So it's time to get connected much more in your magic and to give it to yourself. Have faith in your journey. Have faith in yourself. It looks like you have a lot of faith in everyone else. Now it's time to give that faith to yourself. And for those of you that have kind of walked away from religion and maybe you're re-embracing that can stand for you embracing, going back to church or just trusting yourself a little bit more, trusting in the journey. So it doesn't necessarily have to be religious. It's just having faith in yourself.